Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk about this upcoming full moon eclipse we're gonna have on Monday. This has really shocked me to the core, because for whatever reason, I thought we would have our first eclipse in October and not September. I apparently am running on a whole month delay, but here we are. So eclipse season is here, and it's here while we're still in retrograde season and in Virgo season. So what does this eclipse mean? So this lunar eclipse, it's a partial lunar eclipse, meaning that there's going to be some things, not all things, but some things are going to come to the light, and it's also eclipsing in Pisces. So my fellow mutable signs, I love us. I love Geminis, love Virgos, love Sagittarians, love Pisces. But I'm here to give us a fair warning. This is going to be a very, very illuminating eclipse. It's going to bring up so much fear. And that fear is actually going to help to resolve and finally heal the things that you haven't resolved or healed. Okay? Now, this eclipse is going to affect everybody because it is in Pisces. We are in the in Virgo season, and we're in retrograde season. On top of that, being that the moon's going to be in Pisces eclipsing, we also have Saturn and Neptune retrograding in Pisces. So Virgo and Pisces, you guys are going to be very affected by this. Dreams are going to be very vivid. There's going to be a lot of nightmares, a lot of anxiety, like high anxiety, to the point where some people might have nervous breakdowns, mental breakdowns, emotional breakdowns. This one's going to be very, very emotionally driven. Everyone's going to be in their feelings. Everyone's going to want to just like vomit their feelings to you. That people are going to be purging their feelings onto you, whether they're negative or positive. That's not really what matters. What matters is that the communication's going to be there, and it's going to be kind of very erratic, like erratic in the sense where it's going to come off like crazy, like you're going to think like you're losing your mind. People are going to think that you're maybe overreacting, that you're being a nut job. You understand what I'm saying? But the problem is that you know holding on, right? I just had the cutest little dog come up to me and give me a bunch of kisses. Really made my afternoon here. So I had to pause my video. I had to give attention to dogs. That's another thing too. Now that I'm speaking about that, animals are going to be really sensitive during this eclipse. So if you own a dog, if you own a cat, even your fish, if you have sea life, like if you're one of them that have like keep beautiful fish tanks and stuff like that, birds, all type of animals, they're all going to be feeling this eclipse. They're going to be themselves are going to be very needy. Some of them are probably going to be very much afraid, just like humans. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of us are going to be in our emotions, and again, the fear, the high anxiety, that the energy is, you're gonna feel the anxiety in the air. And again, the reason why this is all happening is because um, we're being shown the areas that we need to still resolve, heal, which is the most important thing, is the healing part, right? So a lot of people think that healing has to do with like fixing things, letting go of things, turning your back on things, walking away from things, blocking things, like all this nonsense. When we do all that stuff, because trust me, I did it all, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to this day, I still do it. But I at least can acknowledge the fact that I know it's nonsense because it doesn't help anything. You understand what I'm saying? When we're meant to heal things, we're meant to face it, acknowledge it, accept it, and then be in it. Because when we're in it, we have we're gaining experience, and we're gaining wisdom. When we're gaining that wisdom, we're able to do things that perhaps we couldn't do before because we were so in the mix of things. You understand what I'm saying? That we weren't seeing things, right? And us mutable signs, we do have a tendency where we see what we see, right? But then some of us might choose to turn a blind eye, right? Even though we saw it, and now we're wondering, what the hell just, like what is happening here and that, right? And then, our feelings get hurt or we get mad, right? It depending what sign you are. You know what I'm saying? So like this lunar eclipse is going to bring things up that we can no longer turn a blind eye to, that we have to face, and not so much confront, but we got to face it. And then we got to, think to ourselves, how are we going to resolve this? How are we going to heal this? How do we master this, right? So that is what this eclipse is bringing up. You're going to get a lot of messages to dreams. Again, even if you're having nightmares, those nightmares are helping you to see where the fear lies, okay? And what you could do to heal that fear, to gain the courage to face it. You understand what I'm saying? And to master it. So it's no longer a fear that you have, a trauma that you have that you're carrying with you. You understand what I'm saying? So this eclipse is really going to bring up a lot of shit where, we might have to delegate some things, to people. We might have to really just express how we're feeling. You understand what I'm saying? And the people will get the message. You understand? But this is affecting all areas in our lives, okay? Because Pisces being the last of the signs in the zodiac, it does have a little bit of each sign, the Piscean people, but they also have their own. You understand what I'm saying? They are their own people. And Pisces, one thing is there are real control freaks, okay? Because they're ruled by water, they're ruled by Neptune, and they really do base everything off what they're feeling, their emotions, their imagination, most importantly. So like their imagination overcomes their logic, overcomes their emotions, and a lot of the times it's just like fantasy crap. You understand what I'm saying? It's like stuff that perhaps, you never even thought of and they're thinking of, and now you're like, what the hell? How does this even make any sense? So this lunar eclipse, it's gonna be one of the moons where you might not understand what's happening at the moment, and you're not meant to, because you're meant to be in that moment. You're meant to feel what you're feeling. You're meant to see what you're seeing. You understand what I'm saying? And then when the next eclipse happens in October, which will be in Libra, then the logic will come in. Then the decisions will come in. And by then, you'll know what area you have to free yourself from. Okay? What area, you know, is out of balance. And I don't want to jump into that eclipse because we still have to do this eclipse, the Pisces eclipse. When we get to the Libra eclipse, that's going to affect our relationships, okay? So family, business, friendship, you know, for those that are in school, uh, love. I don't know why I'm not thinking about love, because love should be the last thing on everyone's mind right now. Like, and if you are having issues with love, you're gonna really get a wake up call where you're gonna see that it's not always the other person, but it's you yourself who has these issues. You understand that you're not resolving and you're not healing, and you're just putting these and projecting this onto people. So again, I don't want to jump ahead to the October one because we still got to do this Pisces eclipse, but this eclipse is going to lead you to that eclipse in October in Libra, where it's going to bring up stuff. Because right now, the Pisces eclipse, it has to bring everything out from the dark into the light. It's going to be illuminated. And even like, things in our subconscious, things, a lot of our fears are going to come up. That's what's going to happen. There will be a lot of breakthroughs, though, and there will be a lot of great ideas on how to resolve, on how to heal. And again, we are in Virgo season, and Virgos are all about healing. They rule that part of our charts and stuff like that. So everything that we're doing now, it is for our own well-being, for our own health, our own mental health, our own emotional health. It is helping us to be in a much better state of mind. So come October and come the fall season and how we finish the rest of the year, we're able to handle it and do it reasonably and not as an emotional wreck where we're just reacting instead of responding. And all we're doing is trying to make sure that, we're doing what we can